going on, everyone? It's Michael Burns with One Mic Out, and today I want to talk about your vote and why geographically where you live it might not mean that much to vote because of the electorates that each state have. If you're a left leaning Democratic voter and you live in a place, let's just say such as Florida, like here, your vote might not mean a whole lot in the presidential election. Um, just due to the fact that you're surrounded by so many people who are opposite of what you believe, and vice versa. If you find yourself to be a Republican or conservative, wanting to vote that line on the ticket, and you find yourself in an area that's predominantly in the majority Democratic, again, your vote's probably not going to be that much. And then that's when people start to move to areas of the country where people have beliefs that align more with theirs, and then this just kind of furthers the divide in the country of that. But my thing is this: when you vote, we're so fixated on the person that we're voting for, and we're so fixated on the person that we're voting against. I've seen it from left leaning journalists who have said it doesn't matter who the Democratic ticket puts up, they just will never vote for Trump, or they'll never vote for the right. And I've heard the same thing on the right side talking about the left, saying that they would never vote for a Democrat. Back in the day, if you looked at, like, RFK just came out and said, like, JFK and RFK, John and Robert they wouldn't be Democrats today by today's standards of what a Democrat is. They would be more centrist, more middle ground, and probably a little right of that to be on the conservative side. But again, with all that out, there's such a disdain for who, I'm a never Trumper. I would never vote for Trump, as if your opinion in that regard means dick. It doesn't mean shit. And that's the wrong way to view your vote. Like I've said, you vote with your bottom line. Who is going to make your life better. And again, it all starts with how much money is left in your bank account and how much money goes untouched. And that's everything, in down to that small, if you can bring your mind to that one small, thinking point, of, all the other stuff is noise. That's all noise meant to distract. That's all noise meant to manipulate you into coerce you into casting your vote based on emotion and get that emotional response from you. Like, oh, I'll never vote for them because of X, Y, or Z reasons that really have no bearing on your life, on the way in which your life is vectored. But what does is the amount of money that's in your pocket at the end of the day. And that's everything, whether it's cost of living, whether it's inflation, whether it's, obviously rent and mortgage rates and things like that. How much you're paying at the grocery store, how much you're getting taxed, and how your tax dollars are being utilized. That all pertains, that all, traces back down to your household income, what isn't left in your pocket at the end of the day. And to me, I don't give a shit what party someone says they're, a member of. If that person, whoever that president in that administration is, if they're going to keep more money in my pocket at the end of the day, that means they're doing something good for the country, because that's going to help, obviously, the economy. But, you can't sit there and say, I don't care about the economy. But again, going back to your family unit, your personal home, you right now, as you are sitting right now, what is going to directly personally affect you in the here and now, that's the person I'm going to vote for. That's the person that I know is going to somehow, that's going to create change, because now I'm going to have more money in my pocket for other opportunity, whether it's to, create my family, support my family better, have a higher standard of living, get more enjoyment out of life, because now you're not stressing about putting, food on the table for the next paycheck and things like that, and keeping a roof over your head. So who are you going to vote for when it comes to those things, those small things? All the abortion stuff that's out there, the LGBTQ plus stuff that's out there, all these scare trigger words that they use that are, oh, well, this guy said this about that, or this girl said this about that. It has to boil down to the actions that these people have taken. And luckily, in this presidential election, we have one candidate. Well, we have two candidates actually who have both been in office almost at the highest level. We've seen what Trump did during his 4 years from 16 to 20. And then we've seen what Biden and Harris have done from that 20 on. And so you can kind of weigh the two and go, hey, under who, which one was my life better? Under which one did I have lower cost of living? That was fuel prices down, rent was down, mortgage rates were down. And you can point the finger at everything else. Well, it's because this guy didn't have this going on in the world and in the nation and blah, blah, blah. That's noise that they're using as excuses to buy your vote, to get you to buy into their scam of, no, continue to vote for the blue guy because we promise that at some point in time we'll make your life better. But at what point in time has any Democrat, since Bill Clinton, I'll say, made your life better? Did you have it better? Clinton was good, tax breaks on the small businesses and whatnot, which a lot of that, a lot of small business owners and whatnot liked him for that. But since him, it hasn't really been much. And if you think about Trump and how we were, I mean, hell, everyone's saying, man, I wish it was like it was 4 years ago, 4+ years ago. But it's not. And you have a chance to go back to that. You have a chance to at least give that a chance, give that a shot again, because hey, it's kind of like sports teams when they get rid of a coach and then they get another coach and then they're like crap. And then that coach goes on to another team to, win a few rings or whatnot. And that team that had him originally as a coach that got rid of him is like, damn, or a player or something like that in that regard. Horrible analogy or metaphor, but you get the gist of it. So don't vote emotion. If you vote emotion, it's going to be a wasted vote, because if you're buying into all the emotional crap of this is the reason why this person is bad and this is the reason why this person is bad, then they're trying to invoke an emotional impulsive response from you, and they're hoping they're able to keep that fire ignited until the day of the ballot box that you go cast your vote, and then they've won. Vote your bottom line. If you were living better under the other guy than you are living right now, because it's a unique time in history where, like I said, you had two, you have a current, VP and a former president going at it, then that's the way you should vote. And you're going to be much happier. And then tune out the noise. Tune out the noise after that of the political rhetoric of, hopping on social media every day and seeing, or turning on the news and seeing it's always, it's Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. And then on the conservative side, the right side is Kamala this, Kamala that, word salad, yada, yada, yada. Vote your bottom line. And right now, the bottom line for me is I had more money in my pocket. I was much happier. I was much less, I was stress-free when the other guy was in office. But right now, in these last 4 years, since 20, it's been tougher. Money isn't as, my bank account isn't increasing as fast and as frequently as it used to under Trump. So there's where my vote's going to go, because I know that the other guy's going to keep more money in my pocket. And if you don't believe that, but yet you lived through it and you can actually attest to it and say, yes, I did have more money in my pocket with the other guy, but I just hate him so much. Then you're losing the battle of emotion, and you're allowing them to manipulate your emotional response. And that's just, it's a wasted vote, and that's sad. Your family should come first. And with a good home and a good family, you end up having a good neighborhood. And, with good values and neighborhood, and everyone's happy, less stressors in life, people can go on to prosper and flourish and have great progress in their lives. And nothing but good things can come from that. But when you're all about government handouts, that always means higher taxes. And that means you're always going to be waiting. Where's my handout? Where's my handout? You're never going to be able to succeed or progress in that regard. So just something to think about. Vote your bottom line, vote your bank account, vote whoever keeps more money in your pocket and sends less money elsewhere to help other nations that really don't pertain to us. So anyway, let me know what you think. But Michael Burns with One Mic Out. I'll catch you on the next one.